If you've got a Skype interview coming up that's going to be recorded, I can help you look better and sound better. I think I'm going to give some tips here that will help everyone, and not just people who are online doing an interview for somebody's YouTube channel or what have you. Even if you're doing a job interview or you're interviewing people for a potential project, collaboration or whatnot on Skype, it's in your best interest to look good and sound good on your little webcam. So speaking of which, I've got my old computer that everybody mocks me for, but I don't really care. The most important thing, I think, in a Skype interview is eye contact. If audiences, if viewers are taking the time to listen to you, taking time out of their busy day, you should actually look at them. So that means, you know, your webcam is here. When you're talking to your interviewer, you're the interviewee. When you're talking to the interviewer, you're actually looking at the camera. You're not looking at the small image of yourself and fixing your hair and admiring yourself while you're talking. If people have taken the time to tune in, you owe them the courtesy of maintaining eye contact. So you want to look right in the webcam and nowhere else. Fix your hair, fix your face, make sure you look good before you start the interview, and then from then on in, it's all about the webcam. Tip number 2, make an effort. If your shtick is that you're nature girl and you never wear makeup, totally fine. I seldom wear makeup myself. If you are on an interview and the interviewer is asking you questions about a new book, if you're trying to sell something, if you're promoting something, you want to put yourself together. People have taken the time to watch you, so don't look like a schlump-a-dump. When you are setting up your computer ready for your Skype interview, pick a background that's fairly simple and neutral. Get rid of, if you've got really crappy IKEA bookshelves that you've had since university and they look like crap, don't shoot yourself in front of them. Get rid of the really nasty dried flower arrangements. It won't do you any favors. If there's a lot of busy stuff in the background, get rid of that. 1980s artwork that isn't ironic, it's actually just bad 80s artwork, get rid of it. Plain wall is fine. Outside is fine if it's super quiet. Just go for a plain background, and that way viewers can focus on you and what you're saying rather than the crazy freaky background. Tip number 4, and this is for people especially like me who have faces like dinner plates. When you get near a webcam, it's a wide angle lens. So the closer you get to the webcam, the wider your face is going to look. So make sure you're maintaining a fairly decent distance between yourself and the camera. Otherwise, your nose is just going to keep growing and growing and growing. And who wants that? That brings us to tip number 5, framing. So when you have the camera set, you want to make sure that your shoulders and head area are in the middle of the screen. And you can test your Skype image before you do your interview and get it all set up. So you can make sure that your background is simple, you look put together, and just make sure that your face is the focal point of the shot. Your face should be in the middle of the frame. Does that make sense? I hope so. Tip number 6 is camera height. Now, I have seen people shoot interviews like this because they think they're shooting a selfie and it's going to be flattering and, oh, look, I don't have any double chins. But what happens is the viewer sees you at a very, very low angle and you actually look like you're this meek, mild little kitten that probably wouldn't have an opinion about anything. Doesn't work. Conversely, I've also seen people shoot where the computer's down here and they're looking down into the camera lens like this, and it looks like you're talking down to people. You're trying to be in a very authoritative voice. That doesn't work either. When you're being interviewed by someone, especially if you're promoting something, you want to be on the same level as them because you're having a conversation. So when you look at viewers, you want to look them in the eye. So what I like to do is take the webcam and put it actually sort of in the middle of your forehead, so just a little bit higher than your eyebrows, and that way it does get rid of any double chin action. which is a bonus. But it also doesn't make you look like you're trying to be over authoritative or you're a weak, mild little kitten, right? We don't want that. We want confident, looking right at the viewer as if you're having a conversation. So webcam sort of just above your eyebrows. Lighting, 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 lighting. Oh my good Lord, this separates the wheat from the chaff. I cannot tell you how many interviews I've seen with really amazing authors or stupendous coaches, and they're almost in complete and total darkness. So the person interviewing them has gone to the trouble of lighting themselves and looking all great, and then they call the author or whoever they're interviewing, and they haven't bothered to even turn a light on in the room. That is unprofessional, I feel. It's lack of attention to detail, and I don't want you to be in that mix. So do you see the window behind me? If I didn't have these lights on in front of me, that window would make me a silhouette. So don't do that when you are being interviewed, right? So this would be bad. Well, you can't see me. This would be a bad way to shoot, an ineffective way to shoot if you were doing an interview, because I would be all dark. I would be in silhouette. Now you can see me because, again, I've added these lights. What you would want to do is have the computer over this way. Let me see. This way. You want the computer looking this way so that you are here and you're looking where this beautiful light coming in the window. I'd open the blind and let in the sunlight. The light is lighting your face rather than silhouetting you. Does that make sense? I hope so. The other thing you can do, and it's so totally cheap and inexpensive, is just take your desk lamp, and if you have other windows in your office and you're being shot during the day, just take the bulb out of your desk lamp, make it a daylight bulb, and then that desk lamp will match the light that Mother Nature is giving you in the rest of the room. That's another way to make your face lit, and it'll look beautiful. And in terms of lighting, if I were to put a light here, I would have it sort of right here, so it's lighting my face. If it's too high, I'm going to look a little kooky. If it's too low, I'm going to look ghoulish. You want it sort of just right here above your computer, lighting your beautiful face. So that's as easy as a desk lamp and swapping out a bulb. Sound is often more important than image in video land. People will tolerate meh kind of editing. People will tolerate meh kind of special effects. Nobody will tolerate bad sound. So you want to give your potential audience, when you're being interviewed, the best sound possible. So invest in a microphone. It can be a lav mic. It can be a Rode mic that kind of points at you like a shotgun mic. It can be anything that works for you and for the kinds of interviews that you're going to be doing. Here's a note. If you're using the iPhone style headset, the white ones that are also a microphone, ladies and men, whoever, if you're wearing dangly jewelry, just keep in mind that mic is attached to the headphones. So every time you move your head, those earrings are going to be jangling against the microphone and your sound will be obscured. I have watched interviews where it's like trying to listen to the interview with all the dangly jewelry. That's kind of crazy. So absolutely use the headphone mic combos. They work really well, but just keep an eye on how loud the jewelry is when you're doing your interview. Okay, I really, really hope that those tips helped. So in the comments below, or if you want to go back to my website, I've got the link below, leave a comment as to whether or not you've done online interviews before. And if you think you've done a good job and you've lit yourself and you've got a microphone and you're sounding good and you're looking good and you want to share it with us, put in a link and let us all see. I think we all get better by watching what other people are doing. And please join us next week where I give you even more insider information in the wacky world of video marketing. Remember that you are your brand. So every time you go online, you want to be the best person that you can be. Love you lots. See you next week. Welcome to Chock-a-Block Media. We are talking... Oh my God. Shit, this time is really ticking down. I got 13 minutes left.